Good morning, everyone. Nice to see that people are gathering here on the fourth day. So we made it till the last day. Hope that we will be as many as we were during all 3 days. So the first session today is presented by Darya. Darya Gurevich is, as far as I understand, currently living in Spain.
Yes.
Okay. And she will probably tell you more about her experience and about what she wants to share with you today. So Darya, the floor will be all yours.
Okay, thank you, Larissa. And today we're going to talk about collaborative online tools that I hope you will find useful, and I hope you will add to your collection of tools and use with your students. And maybe just a few words why the choice of this topic in particular. When I became a full-time online teacher after the COVID crisis hit the world, really, I found that my classes became incredibly teacher-centered, that I almost became like a presenter sharing information with my students, and my students were passive receivers of that information, and that wasn't good enough for me. I really missed that interactive element between my student or among my students, and I started looking for those tools that would allow that, and I found them. Of course, later we learned how to use breakout rooms, and that made life a little bit easier and fun, but I did not stop there. I started looking for tools that would allow students to see each other's work, comment on it, collaborate with each other, in other words. And I found them, and I realized that I don't have to stop using them in online classes only. I'm pretty sure that I will use them also when we are back to face-to-face classes, which we are not yet. In Spain, the situation was quite serious, and I'm still teaching online, and that would be the case probably until September. Without adding, just a second. Yeah, without adding too much to what Larissa has said, I'm actually originally from Latvia. I was born and raised there, and I started my teaching career, if you wish, there. Then I worked in the UK and Ireland, and more recently Spain. I've been here for 4 years working and living. And with the COVID crisis, it's not all been bad. I've become more active at work, training teachers to use certain tools, and contributing to continuous professional development sessions at work. So trying to do my part, in other words. Okay, so what is collaborative learning? Just a few words of theory. Collaborative learning happens when small groups of students work together, pursue academic objectives through a cooperative effort. Collaborative learning and cooperative learning very often used interchangeably. There are slight differences. You might be aware of them or not. They are not very important for this presentation, so I will use collaborative learning and teaching and tools the way this term is supposed to be used. And an example would be students working together over the internet on a shared assignment. That is usually what collaborative learning refers to. Now, if I can ask the participants maybe to share your ideas, what collaborative activities can you think of? Now, we're talking about online classes, but also face-to-face classes. Whatever you have done with your students or planning on doing, just share your idea or two. And I will look at, think, pair, share, yes, exactly. Projects, yes. Group story, creating a story, yes, I like that one. lots of projects, ideas, and you are right. Jigsaw, filling in information, Jeopardy, team games. Excellent. Keep adding your ideas, and you are absolutely on the right track, of course. So I'll just list a few more ideas from the source that I was using. So collaborative learning may happen as a discussion, for example, a discussion of an exam question or a pre-reading activity. What do you think this reading is going to be about? Look at the picture, try to predict the story. So all of these. Also, as a problem solving, for example, students work together to solve a riddle, to find a solution. As planning, for example, to write a task. Not only planning writing, but also actually doing writing, that would also be collaborative. Students make decisions together. For example, they do a quiz together in pairs or groups, not individually, but they can work together. Students question each other, ask each other to elaborate on each other's choice, give each other feedback. So there are more, and I'm sure debating, yes, I can see that you're still adding your ideas. Excellent. And as a result of collaborative learning, there is always a product, some kind of product, for example, a writing or a presentation or reporting on the results of the discussion or calling out the answers. And we're going to look today at what is called synchronous collaborative tools. These are the tools that allow this collaboration to happen real time. There is no lag in time. And obviously it happens with the help of tech. Now, I should mention that collaborative learning as a movement was actually born in higher education field, so to say. So most tools that are out there are meant for older students, let's say maybe teenagers and adults. If you're looking for collaborative tools for kids, I'm sure you can use some of them, but you know, this collaborative tools for children works a little bit harder. But you are professionals, you know your students well, you know what will work and won't work, and you of course will have the freedom to choose the tools that you think will be appropriate for your students. And a classic example of collaborative learning would be two students working together on a written assignment using Google Docs. And they edit the paper together, they give feedback, they add comments, analyze, critique the paper. We are not going to look at Google Docs today because I'm sure you are familiar with it. And Google Docs did not fulfill one of the criteria that I had for choosing the tools. I will talk a little bit about it later. We will look at alternatives, though, to Google Docs. Okay. So we're going to look at 4 categories of collaborative tools today. They are web whiteboards, online, that you can share with your students, tools that would allow your students to plan and brainstorm a task, writing tools as alternatives to Google Docs, and we're going to touch upon discussions if there is time. And just a few words to you as teachers. There are so many tools out there. There are literally thousands. Sometimes you feel like you need to learn to use all of them to be a good teacher. And the reality is that, of course not. Do not fall victim to what I call tools fatigue. It's when you start learning many different tools together, then it takes you a while. It's a lot of screen time for you. Your eyes are tired and you give up and go back to your old ways, old school teaching. My advice would be choose one tool that would perform the function that you need. If there are several tools that perform a similar function, there is really no need for you to master all of them. Choose one that you know will be best. Keep your learners in mind, because again, I will repeat, you are professionals here. You know your learners. You know what will work, what won't work, probably. But also don't be afraid to experiment, and definitely forgive yourself for blunders, because when working with technology, they will happen, guaranteed. Yes. The internet will be slow. Your students will be, I don't know how to do this. Can you repeat how? So it slows down your lesson. We have to be prepared for all of this, and some of it will happen today. We will forgive ourselves for that. Okay. So my criteria for choosing collaborative tools to present to you were very strict. So I was looking for tools that were free of charge, both for you and for your students. Now, some of these tools will have pricing plans, but all of them have that free option that you can use quite freely, to be honest. There is no registration for students, and that one was incredibly important for me as well, because I'm really not sure what students are like in Moldova or wherever it is your students are from, but here in Spain, students don't have emails until they probably become already young adults. they just don't. So asking them to register was not an option for me, because that would be messy. I would have to refer to the parents, and some parents would say yes, some parents would say no, just because they're not sure, and that's perfectly understandable. So I was looking for that live option in which students would just work, and then when you stop a session, it's not out there anymore, and the information is not collected about your students, about their emails or names or anything like that. I was looking for that easy sharing option in which I would just be able to share a code with a student or students or a link via chat, for example, if you're using Zoom. Also, the students can participate on a variety of devices. For example, they can use phones, tablets, laptops, PCs. However, I will say that I always recommend students to work on laptops or PCs, because sometimes, for example, if you share a picture and you're using a phone, it's just too small. And if there is a task, can you color that part of the picture? And students, oh my God, where is this part? So, but it's not always an option. And there is this choice of participating on phones and mobile devices. And also all of these tools enable that synchronous real-time collaboration. Okay, the first tool that we're going to look at is called AWW app or OApp. And I'm going to leave my presentation and show you how it looks. I have it open here. I am already logged in. So when you open OApp, all you have to do is start drawing. Click on start drawing, because it's a web whiteboard. So this is what you can do in OApp. You can draw. You can literally do everything that you would have to do in a whiteboard. You can choose different colors to draw whatever it is you need. You can choose an eraser to obviously erase what you have done. You can type, which was very, very important for me. So you can stick post-its, and what was especially important for me, you can even add images to that web whiteboard. So I'm going to go ahead and add an image of a task. This is taken from English file intermediate, and I'm going to click on place image. Always click on place image, because otherwise the image will be wobbly. And I'm going to invite 2 volunteers to participate in that tool. Can we do it by a show of thumbs or a show of hands? And I'm going to send you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
hand up or the thumbs up, and Darya will share the link with you.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please volunteer to see how it works.
I only need two. I will explain why only two, but don't worry, everybody will have a chance to participate in one tool at least. So I already see one, so I'm gonna send that participant a link.
And I guess that I can nominate another one. Maybe Rodika Chaban will be in for that. So we have okay, she's in the yes.
Sorry, hello ladies, but sorry, I can't switch on my camera.
Darya, do you need the camera?
No, not really, no.
Okay.
Just
So
like with
that's okay.
students, sometimes they don't have the camera, no. So what I need to do to share the link with my students or with you guys today, I need to click on invite. And I will copy this link here. I really like an option of sharing that web whiteboard with students by QR code. So if you click on QR code, it will give it to you. But we don't need it today. We need a link. So I'm sending link to Rodika.
Rodika Chaban.
Yeah. And
Neil.
Neil, yes. So what I'll ask you to do here, guys, is to log in. Well, it's not really log in, it's enter, right? It's more enter than login. And I hope that participants can see that when your student logs in, you can see that, oh, they logged in as anonymous. And I usually ask my students, like, can we change? Oh, there you go, we have names. So can you see here? It says anonymous user changed to Rodika, anonymous changed to Neon. So now I know who is in. So what I'll ask you to do here, guys, is do first 4, okay, sentences from this task. And we need to change these sentences, verbs into present simple or present continuous. Can we do it in a way that, for example, Rodika, you can do odd numbers and Neil even numbers. So Rodika would do 1 and 3 and Neil 2 and 4. And I will go ahead and cover the rest because we just don't need it. We'll do first 4. Okay, so to type, you need to press on A, click on A, and start typing in where you need to be.
Okay, where to? I'm not sure I'm doing the right way. I can do it. Oh, A for the text, yes?
A for the text, exactly, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we already have a question. Do you take? Do you?
Okay.
Neil,
I can't do it. Sorry.
You cannot.
I click it, but it doesn't go.
Okay, that happens sometimes.
So
press on A.
I can say like I don't have to eat high cholesterol, so I never. Oh, I don't eat. Just a moment.
Yeah.
Have high
Does your
so
boyfriend
never. I have high cholesterol, so I never eat fried food.
Exactly. Radhika, are you using your?
I can type. Sorry.
Yeah, but are you using your? What are you on right now to use that? Are
Like
you
the link that you have shared?
Yeah. No. I mean, are you on your computer or phone?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Computer.
All right. That sometimes happens. So I just wanted to. Well, Neil has written already something. So do you take any vitamins?
No,
and...
I can. Sorry, but I can't do it.
It's okay. Maybe sometimes it happens. I would not know why, to be honest, but it's also probably demonstrative of why this
It
tool is
also,
good and why it
yes,
wouldn't be so good.
sometimes depends on the settings of the computer and
Mm-hmm.
what kind of computer you have, because if it's a little older, then it's a little problematic.
Could I possibly send a link to, for example, Anastasia?
If you know exactly which one, because I think we have several.
Anastasia Gosik. I'm sorry, I might
Okay.
not be pronouncing it Gosik, because
Yes.
you're the one that
If
I'm
mhm.
that I
If
can see it.
she hears us,
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, so you can go ahead and log in and see if it works with you. We'll see how it works. So for you then, number 1 and number 3 will remain. So again, to type, you would need to choose a text with a place that blinker in a gap and start typing. Yes, Anna, you can try it, of course, too. Anna, okay. Mhm.
Sorry for interrupting. Maybe you send the link for all of us and we can try all together.
I will explain why that wouldn't be such a good idea after we finish, okay? Because there are certain limitations with this tool. Exactly, yes, I have high cholesterol, eat, and Anna, you can do number 3 if you want to.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Shall I
when
delete my answer? Number 3?
no, it's okay. No, it's fine. You don't need to do anything right now. When you are done with your board with your students, there is a very nice option of exporting it as a PDF or an image. For example, sending it to students who missed the class, or sending it to the students who actually were working on the task. So I'm going to finish this board now. We're going to finish working on it. I'm going to click on delete pages and return to the presentation. Okay, thank you very much for all the volunteers. So yeah, in OApp you can draw, you can type, you can insert images, and it's for free, and that is quite rare to find a whiteboard like that on the web out there that doesn't require registration and that has all these functions that I personally needed. Now, sharing the board with students who missed the class, that is as a PDF or an image, that is also a very nice option. Now, OApp can get potentially very messy if you're sharing it with a lot of students, and that's why I was kind of unwilling to share it with lots of people, but you certainly can try and share it with your students. My limit was 8 students because if the number of students that were higher, that was higher than that, that was just, the image was moved around, they were drawing on you know, kids will be kids, they will do these things, and that's perfectly fine. I can see that some of you are typing in the chat whiteboard.fi. That's a very nice option for larger groups. OAP will allow students to see each other's work real time, but perhaps is better for smaller groups.
Darya,
Okay.
I'm sorry I interrupted you, but how many of these whiteboards do allow placing a photo and actually typing on it? I'm not sure
I
if
think you can do it on whiteboard. Not all. Well, that's why
yes.
OAP is probably one of the best out there. I mean, I have been looking for a while, you know, and testing all of them. And that is certainly very, very comprehensive. You know, you can do really lots of. Also, I know that there is an option of using a whiteboard in Zoom. But if you're using Skype or Teams, Microsoft Teams, like in my case, that's just a very nice option to have, that app. Just if your whiteboard doesn't work, for example, in our case, in Microsoft Teams, it just wasn't working. There were so many bugs and we could not use it. So we started looking for those other options. Okay, so I think we are moving on to the next tool. Yeah, with many users can get potentially messy. And moving on to Nearpod. Okay, I'm gonna go to Nearpod and I'm already logged in. Nearpod allows you to create entire lessons that you can use collaboratively, of course, as well. So I have created 3 here and we will try all of them. So for the first one, we're gonna do a poll, and for this I would need 6 people who would like to participate in a poll.
Hand up for those who would like to participate in the poll. Just press the hand up. Yes, so thumbs up. We have Anna. Okay, Maria Striletka already there. Somebody else? Elena Katarov. 3 more.
I'm not sure why I cannot see
Grushka Dumitru,
hands.
Alina Podolyan, and Natalia Chervak. No, they press just, they don't know where to find the hands up, and they press the plus in the chat box.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
yeah,
so you can see the chat box with the people.
Larissa, could I possibly send you the link for you to share with
okay, no
them?
problem.
So in Nearpod, you have 2 options. You can do live lessons or student-paced lessons. In student-paced lessons, you just send them the code and they enter the lesson whenever they want, wherever they want, and they do the lesson as many times as they need to. Live lessons, you control the lesson in a live lesson. So we're going to go ahead and do the live lesson now. What students will need to do, or participants will need to do, is join in join.nearpod.com with this code. So I'm going to go ahead and send it to Larissa. Nearpod.com. And the code is this. This is not an active link, so you will have to actually write join.nearpod.com and that code there. And I will talk a little bit about why only 6 participants. Nearpod does have a limit on the number of students. It's not 6, it's 30, but we will try with 6 so that, you know, it's not as maybe time consuming for us. So as the students are going to be joining us, or participants will be joining us, you as a teacher will see who has joined. So I can see already that Maria has joined. Welcome in a student list. And usually when a student takes too long to join, I usually ask them, for example, Johnny, are you right there? Can I help you with anything? Are you right with the code? And usually they say, yes, I'm all right, but it's loading. If the internet is a little bit slower, it will load for a while.
Okay, so too many people started typing in the chat box and I lost those who I cannot actually remember the people who said that they want. I remember Anna. Okay, and I will just send her the code and I hope that this would work. Okay, Anna, just let me know. And so, Natalia, okay.
So someone has written Nearpod provides free silver package. Yes, if you're on silver package, your limitation would be 30 students on a silver pricing.
Yeah, so actually it's easy. Yes, so we have some people who already joined. Actually, it's easy to understand how to join it, not very difficult.
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody already has the code. Neil has typed it in.
Yes, because the code is here. But
Okay.
I mean, you can join, but if there are more than 30 people, it will just not allow you to join.
To join, yes.
I mean, you can
so
try and join.
The
Yeah.
30 the first 30 luckiest will.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we have one more? We have Mariana, Maria, Elena, Dorina, and Anna. And we'll wait for the lucky 6.
Somebody who will press the button first. Okay, maybe nobody else wants to
Perfect.
do
Then.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's do the poll. There will be only one question. And the question is for you guys, is your school going to continue teaching online starting September 2020? And your options, so you'll have 30 seconds to answer this question, and your options will be not sure, some classes but not all, yes and no. Okay, so I'm going to start the activity. And let's see how our participants answer to this one. I'm going to get a little bit smaller so that we can see everyone. Mm-hmm. Okay, we already have some answers. For the most part, you can see that it's A, and A is yes. Choose your answers, guys. We'll wait till we have a nice number of them.
Sorry, I cannot press the answer.
Maybe there is a lag maybe in connection.
The time is out, so you can't do anything else.
Yes, there is a 30-second time limit. Yes, when
I understood. Sorry.
Yeah.
The time limit actually was stressing my students out, especially when they had like to write a full answer to the question, because they saw that it like 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and they were screaming into like our audio chat, like, "Can you stop it?" Like, no, you had 5 minutes, do it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, but in this case, you only have to sort of click on the answer. So, yeah. Okay, so when you have your answers, when all of your students or most of them have answered, you can share the results with your students. And then how the way you can use it collaboratively is students can discuss or ask each other on their choices. Like, for example, I would ask, for example, Anna, can you talk a little bit about it? Are all of your classes going to be online? I mean, you can answer if you want to, Anna.
Yes. So I think yes, regarding according to this situation that we have in Moldova with the coronavirus. So I think yes, we'll continue, but that's just let's say a subjective or it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But the things are going in this way, so we'll continue our lessons online. I think with all of them.
Interesting. I think it's going to be very similar in Spain. And Alona has also answered with yes, so I imagine it's the same for Alona. Yes.
Yes, because I work at the university, and with 99% probability, we will continue working online.
Well, yeah, there we have it. Okay, I'm gonna end this session here, and we can start another one. Now, the way we can speed things up, I think that I will just display the code, and first 30 people will be able to join. Shall we try it like this? We will just live dangerously. So I will start a live lesson on animals' collective nouns. That's my favorite topic in proficiency level. So you guys can go to join.nearpod.com and go ahead and join with this code here. I will close this window.
Somebody asks, somebody asks if you can change the time limit not to be 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can set your own time limit. Yes, you can do it without time limit. So the code is still here. You can see it here in the upper left corner. And for you to see who has joined the class, you just have to go back. So I can see that two people have joined already. I'm sorry for the knocking sound if you hear it.
No, we don't.
Okay, great. Great. Okay, I will wait for a few more people. Oh, there you go. We have quite a few people who have joined already. Remember, the code is here if you want to try. Okay, we have really lots and lots and lots of participants for this one, and we are going to go ahead and start. So we're going to talk about animals' collective nouns, like this, for example. I wonder if you know how you call a group of jellyfish. So you don't call it a group of jellyfish when there are lots of them. How do you call it? If you know your answer, type it in the chat. Or you can do a little research, quickly Google it and type it in the chat as well if you want. So this is just a presentation slide just to kind of get your students in the mood of what's happening. So the next thing that the participants will see, exactly, someone has written the right answer. Ala has written the right answer. It's a bloom of jellyfish. And the next slide will be a collaborative board. So I will ask now participants to collaborate their ideas of any other animals' collective nouns that they know. Now, Nearpod will ask me, would you like to approve students' comments before they're posted? In this case, probably not. I don't want to approve, you know, and that's in case students are being naughty and write naughty things there, but we'll say no to this. Okay, and the participants can start typing their ideas and posting their ideas onto the board. There you go. Cattles, herd, a caravan, a swarm of bees. I like this one. Also, interesting fact that with bees you can also call it a bike of bees. So I will post my idea there as well. Okay. And as a teacher, you see the names of the students who have posted their ideas, and you can like them, and students can like each other's ideas. So it's kind of like a polling tool as well. It works a little bit like Padlet, but I like that it gives you an option of not clicking on the screen, but actually write your comment and post it, just like you would do, I don't know, in a social media, perhaps. Okay, we have a murder of crows. Wow, didn't know this one. Lots of ideas. Swarm cattle, a flock of birds. Okay, so this is how a collaborative board would work. And I'm going ahead to the next slide for our participants with the code. And it's a presentation of animals that you will later have a quiz on. So maybe our participants can write in the chat as well. So how do you think, any ideas of how you would call a group of kangaroos? So in the meantime, as we are looking at these slides, students can do their research and say their answers out loud in Zoom or whatever it is you're using for video conference. So any ideas in the chat or Bounce of kangaroos. Not a mob, exactly. Yes, a mob, Katerina, very good. Okay, the next one is, let it load a little bit. Ah, no, sorry. It's not time for this yet. I need to click on these images. Bees. I think we had an answer there about bees. Yes, we had an answer there on a collaborative board. I'm going to go ahead, just leave the images like this. So there's also gerbils, a cute group of gerbils. Any ideas? Dolphins and fish. So if you have any answers for these, type them. A pod of what, Elena? A pod? I'm not sure. Dolphins. School of Fish, very good. Yes, School of Dolphins. Excellent. I think that our participants are ready for the game. So they're gonna play a game that is called Time to Climb. And in this game, the participants will choose their avatar with a name. So Maya has joined, oh, with a similar avatar, Anna, Dorina, no, not even similar, the same. Sometimes we have twins. Oh, we have triplets. Oh, look, the same avatars. Okay, yes, lots of Michaela. Okay, and gonna start playing then with those participants who have joined, just to speed things up a little bit. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I hope I didn't spoil it for you guys. Were you kicked out? I was supposed to click on start. I'm really sorry. It was my mistake. My fault, sorry. Yeah, sometimes it happens. All right, gonna click start on those who have joined us already. Thank you. Maybe you can type your answers here in the chat as well to help our participants. There you go. The race has started. So it's the same for fish, the same as for fish, I think. Yep. Mm-hmm. A school of fish, correct? Mm-hmm. Bees. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on, Maria. Someone writes. Okay.
The rest who are watching can be the fans.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Encourage the participants.
Yeah. There's a pair of the pair that is lagging behind. Come on, Cornelia. Come on, Mariana. So gerbils. Clan of gerbils. I think in this one it's a horde of gerbils. Yeah. Okay, who's our winner? And the winner is Maria. Well done, Maria. Yay. Okay.
He tried hard.
I'm gonna end this session here. So just a little alternative to maybe Kahoot. If you play Kahoot, then it's kind of fun that they can choose their, especially for little kids, they can choose their avatars. So yeah, congratulations, Maria. And I think we're gonna be done with Nearpod. You can explore. There are lots more to do in Nearpod, both collaboratively and not only. But in the remaining time, I wanted to show you probably one last tool for today that is called WooClap. Now I'm gonna go ahead to WooClap and show you how it looks when you are logged in as a teacher. In WooClap, you create events. So I will click on create event. And as you can see, I hope you can see, you can see, right? What's happening?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
You can create very similar events to Nearpod. As you can see, you can create polls and, well, you know, whatnot, matching, open questions and sorting. But I want to show you how brainstorming works so that, you know, students can brainstorm together as a group. So when you create a brainstorming event, Nearpod will give you options like these. So it will give you an option of writing your question and adding 3 or more categories. Now, maybe our participants, maybe you can write your idea of what area of teaching would you sort of need your students to think in categories? Where would we need students to plan or write their ideas for different categories when, you know, referring to one kind of general question? I wonder if you have any ideas of how you would use it, for example, with your students. Exactly, Irina. Yes, and Olesa, I had the same idea that when we have an essay question, our students have to plan paragraphs with different ideas, and my students always like their ideas are all over the place. So this is a very nice tool to sort of categorize the ideas and let them actually seriously think about it. If you're writing your first paragraph about this, that you should develop it a little more, you know, you should actually have a clear idea what it's going to be about. So we're going to do just that together, because the good news is that WooClap does not have a limit on participants. Well, it does, but it's 1,000. So I think we'll be fine. So
perfect.
Yeah. So I have created a categorizing sort of brainstorming event about my summer plans, and I think that probably would go well together with yesterday's presentation, Beatrice's presentation about well-being and what it is we're going to do in the summer to, you know, to nurture different areas of our life. So I have added 3 categories. So you as participants can write what you're going to do in the summer to develop your continuous professional development, your hobby, your exercise. You as a teacher can add more categories, but we will write about these 3. You can see that you can join with this code and link here. I'm actually going to copy and send it to you in the chat so that you can join. Yes. Sorry, I sent it to, I need to send it to everyone. Okay, now you guys have a link. You can copy and paste it in your browser and start adding your ideas. I'm going to log in as a student as well and show you how it would look from the point of view of students. So if you are a student and you enter WooClap. It will ask you something about cookies. And then to write your thoughts on different categories, you will have to choose that drop-down menu. And you can see that pink is continuous professional development, orange will be hobby, and blue will be exercise. You can write your thoughts there and click on this envelope, like a plane. It's not envelope, it's like a plane, and send your idea, send your plan. So I can see that students have started adding their ideas already. So you as a teacher can see them. Unfortunately, as students, they cannot see each other's ideas, but you as a teacher, you can share this screen as a screenshot or project it. And then collaboratively, students can add and ask each other, have fun. Yes, continuous professional development. Yes, it's very important. So remember that you can choose that drop-down menu to choose also other categories, not only continuous professional development. Here it is how it looks. So you would click on this and you choose hobby or exercise. Okay, we have some hobbies plans as well. I'm going to do sport 3 times a week. Oh, that's mine, sorry. I'm going to read, sorry. Oh, is it mine? No, it's not mine. It's someone else written it. Yoga, yes. Finish rereading some books. Nice plan, yes. And
not
as
very many people want to do exercise.
No, I can't blame them. As our participants are adding ideas, I saw that someone had their hand raised, but I don't know why I can't see.
No, this was Anna, because she thought that she has to raise hand to participate.
All right, and maybe you can comment in the chat. Once you have all these ideas gathered together, one of the ways how you can use it collaboratively is, of course, if students see each other's ideas, they feed on them, they can use each other's ideas. But how else can you use it collaboratively when you, so to say, give all these results to your students? This is what you have written. Now, what can you do with all of this goodness of comments? I was thinking you can ask them to discuss, to ask each other, or you know, have a discussion, a conversation. Okay, I am going to this lovely ideas. I'm going to take walks every evening. Yes. Listen to music.
Somebody's going to exercise English. That's also a
yeah.
good one.
Sleeping more in exercise. I have to agree.
Yes. That's a good one. That's a good plan.
Swimming is a good one too, though. So I'm going to exit this event now and thank the participants for participating and go back to the presentation. We are probably not going to have a lot of time to, or probably no time to look at the others, but I know that you will receive this presentation, so you can explore on your own some other tools that I had in mind. So this is what I had in mind. But I also I saw that Padlet was used a lot in this conference. So I added it, but then
yes,
very
this
popular.
is one of the most used
yeah.
thing among teachers, but there are lots of other alternatives that you can also use.
Yeah, and then one of the things that I did want to show you is meeting words as an alternative to Google Docs. I will show you real quick how it will look. When you are in meeting words, all you have to do is click on create a public pad. Again, your students do not have to register. And when you're there, you already have, you can enter with your name. When you type in meeting words, your text is color coded. So when other people join, their text will be coded in a different color so that everyone can see who has written what, comment on it, maybe correct each other's mistakes. And it really is a very simple but very, very good tool to write a story, for example, collaboratively, or something along the lines. And one last would be CritPad, which is almost identical to meeting words with an option of inserting pictures there. So it's a little bit more advanced, so to say. Okay, so we have some time for questions, maybe? Yes, questions and so a few minutes.
If you wanted to ask
Sure.
some questions or say something, ladies and gentlemen, please. I see that
These-
everybody starts thanking you.
I have a
already.
question.
Sure.
May I?
Melissa, yes.
I would like to ask about nearpod.com. Do you have to make your nearpods all the time, or can you find their ready-made
Yeah,
ones?
good question, excellent question. There is a library of ready-made lessons. Yeah, there is this option of finding ready-made lessons there.
Thank you.
Mm.
Can I add about Nearpod, about finding the lessons on the library, please? Very quickly. So you can find a lot of lessons there. There are a lot of lessons that you can pay and buy them. Some of them are free. And some of the options is when you add the lesson that you found in the library, you can then add it a little bit. So add some slides more that you want, or just use some slides that you like. But it's very hard to find a lesson that will suit you, actually.
It's true.
And it's easy, in my opinion, it's easy to create your own because you can upload your PDF, you can upload any video, any audio, any picture that you like. You can, if you don't have a picture, download it to your computer, you can find it through Google search and insert inside of the Nearpod. And Nearpod actually works perfectly fine. Maybe it takes a little bit longer to do if you use the tablet, because I was creating Nearpod lesson with the tablet. Takes a little bit more time than computer, but it's still possible.
Yeah, I would totally agree. Yes, thank you. Most of these lessons would be created by teachers in America, in the US, and they are a little different from we need in ESL field. You can definitely use some ideas that these teachers have, or templates even, as a temp. But yeah, absolutely. Also, Nearpod, a free version of Nearpod does not only have a limit on the number of students, but on the amount of space that they give you. So after a certain number of lessons you've created, it will let you know, oh, it's way too many. You have to either pay or delete some of your lessons.
And
okay.
The free version allows you to do the lessons lifetime based. That's the only option. If you have a paid version of Nearpod, or it was opened actually during pandemic, during March, April, and May. So you can just send the code to students and they do the full lesson by themselves when they want to do that. So that's the nice bonus if you have a paid version.
I think you can still use
self-paced
lessons.
You still can use it. Yeah, they still opened the possibility
to
do that.
Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you very much for all your wonderful comments. Thank you for your attention. I hope you found something useful for yourself, and you can either take a picture of the list of tools or use this presentation that will be sent to participants. Is that right, Larissa? Yeah?
Yes, that's right.
Oh,
okay, so thank you again very, very much, Darya. I think that everybody enjoyed everything that you shared. It's wonderful that, yes, that everyone wants and will have lots of things to do. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, in the reaction, you can clap to Darya for her presentation. And we will be ready to go on, I think, with the next presentation. If everyone agrees and doesn't need any break, please let me know.
Here. Good morning.
Yes, so we have Alice. I'm not sure if this is the right way to pronounce your name in Armenian.
Yeah, formally I am Alessa, but
okay,
sometimes
you prefer to be Alice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have Alice, yes, from Armenia. I think that this is the first time that we have somebody from Armenia, and I hope that this will be a good start and a good way to to continue and have more and more people coming from there.
Okay,
So,
all these days I just was following and was very glad just to get new friends, new colleagues. And the next time when you will plan such kind of conference, I shall advise many of my colleagues just to take part in as a speaker in your conferences. First of all, do I have an opportunity to share my, to share my screen? Okay, do you see my screen?
yes, everything is okay.
Just a moment. Okay, today